Talk a little bit more about Prime Minister Netanyahu's speech here to the United Nations with my guest here, Nancy Okail, who is the president of the Center for International Policy. Thank you so much for joining us. What is your reaction to the United Nations welcoming the Israeli leader here whilst banning the Palestinian president from attending?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Selena, for having me, and nice to talk to you. It's the hypocrisy cannot be more stark, and clear. You are not obviously treating both, leaders in the same way, banning one and allowing someone who is at least accused with credible institutions and organization of committing war crimes that amounts to genocide as well, to come here and address the United Nations. And this is someone who is losing every single day any shred of credibility, even that what his claim is he's standing for the rights of the Israelis and the safety and their security, and his, presumably what he says, like hard work to bring the hostages back. So, there's nothing more ridiculous than him doing this performative act that he ordered the microphones to be blasted over Gaza so that the hostages would hear his message live, and he spoke to them in Hebrew, which is like really ironic because I'm pretty sure the hostages hear the sound of the bombs, which is much louder than any microphone blasting his words that just like fell, hollow, given what they have been seeing and hearing every single day and night over the past 24 months. So certainly that also sends them a message that he's only about rhetoric, and since they have not seen results, they have not been back, they understand very well that he is prioritizing military action over any diplomatic real effort. Opposite to what he claims is that Hamas are the ones who are curtailing the negotiations, whereas every action speaks louder again than his words. We've seen how just in the midst of the negotiations, he decided to strike Qatar, breaking international law, their sovereignty, mainly saying that they're targeting Hamas operatives or officials, and this is it's really clear to everyone right now. No matter how much you get like the podium, the stage, I think the sound of the court of public opinion has been louder than any of this hollow world of him and all the other presidents that support him.
We can hear the court of public opinion just off to the side here. We can hear the protests which are taking place just across the street. Do you think public opinion, if the political will here in the United States hasn't shifted, public opinion seems to be?
Absolutely. We've seen again like the rise of protests over the past 24 months that has even intensified, over the past at least 5 or 6 months, opposite to what people have expected. Like people think that usually at the beginning of any crisis, people are engaged and mobilized and they continue to protest, and then the energy recedes, people get intimidated because of all the, for example, what happens to students who protest, and in the United States, even ironically, citizens or even green card holders who get detained and attempts to deport them for that. Despite all these threats, this continued on, and not just continued, it intensified, it increased, it gathered more sympathy, and it spread further around the world.
But so while the public opinion appears to be changing, the political will doesn't here in the United States. But we did see quite a lot of US allies recognizing the state of Palestine. Do you think that will push the UN to act, or do you think this is just a symbolic gesture?
It is indeed a symbolic gesture, as you rightly put it. But at the same time, I wouldn't undermine it, because it is a historic moment to see particularly those countries recognizing the state of Palestine. On one hand, also, this is one of the things that really affect Benjamin Netanyahu, someone, as I said, like he's very performative. He cares so much about his image to the world, more even to his own people, the Israeli people, who are now feeling more or less secure than ever because of his actions. And yes, it is symbolic. It can have an impact, however, so long as these very countries that recognize the state of Palestine are not pairing this with an arms embargo, as long as they continue to fuel and arm Israel with weapons that is actually leading to the continuation of the genocide, then their words would just remain in the realm of rhetoric that's ineffective. And I would bank and I bet on the people of those countries, because those countries actually ended up making those decisions not because they suddenly had like a moral revelation and decided to do that. It's because of the pressure of the people. It's because they care about the electoral votes. And these are democratic countries. I mean, unlike other countries, I mean, votes do matter, and we see their impact immediately in elections, and they want to appease the people. So if they have done that as a gesture for optics and a cosmetic change to show that they are doing something, that would be recognized. But people are not stupid. People see the images of babies, I mean, amputated and dying, and they see the starvation. It's hard to conceal all these atrocities. And when they know that their leaders are still sending arms that contribute and make them complicit in that, they will certainly not be just like taking that as an answer to their protests.
And that was another key message of those protests here, was the US complicity and the outrage over US or against US complicity. Nancy Okail for the Center for International Policy, thank you so much for your insight and analysis.